Let's talk about team building on remote and hybrid teams. Now, the definition of team building or the essence of team building is really aligning around a common purpose and enjoying working together. And on remote and hybrid teams, we need to explore some new ways of being present with each other. What we know about connection and team building is that connection happens when we pay attention to each other. So, the key to team building on remote and hybrid teams is finding new ways of paying attention to each other. One of the things that we recommend is building social time into our everyday activities. I'll give some examples in a minute, but we don't also want to build social times into everyday virtual activities. We want to create multimodal opportunities in a hybrid organization, which means that we want to have some events for people who are co-located, some who are remote, some events for synchronous work, and some events for asynchronous team building. So we want to try to build it into all the different things that we're doing. Some of the ways that people are doing this is by starting meetings with an icebreaker question. We all know that icebreakers are an engagement hack in that they help to bring out more voices in the group, but icebreakers can also be a great way for us to get to know each other. This picture right now is an icebreaker of people's, the icebreaker was show a picture of what you're wearing right now on your feet and show it to the screen. And it opened up a whole conversation about where people were located and footwear and weather and all kinds of things. So icebreakers don't always have to be silly. They can also be professional, like what expertise are you bringing to the table today? Or what are you hoping to get out of this meeting? You might also consider creating some sort of a virtual water cooler in your instant messaging system. So most people are using Slack or Teams or some sort of chat system that has a variety of channels. So consider setting up a fun channel around something like cooking or pets or books or movies, anything that will get people talking about things that they really like. And of course, in a remote environment, unless you're working in some sort of a remote office or virtual reality, we are never going to accidentally bump into each other in the hall. And so on remote teams, what we want to do is schedule some unstructured time together where we can just hang out. Many people are doing things like virtual coffees or virtual lunches where we can just get together. I worked on a team once where we had virtual coffee every Wednesday, and there was no obligation to join, just whoever was there and whoever wanted to join would be there. And we had some great conversations in the 15, 20 minutes that we designated for that. And don't forget about video games. Right back at the office, we used to have the ping pong table or a foosball table. Video games can be a great way for people to just bond and hang out together over a fun adventure. However, it's not just about having fun together. When I interviewed Carlos Valdez de Pena from the Mars Corporation, he said in his interview, my wife and I could go to all the quiz nights and pizza parties in the world, and we would love each other more and more after every single one. But we should never hang wallpaper together. And what he meant by that was just because you're having fun together and doing fun things together doesn't mean that you're going to collaborate well together or gel as a team. So, the true nature of team building really comes from understanding why people come to work to begin with. For some people, it's all about solving challenging problems, right? You want to just dig in and find a hard problem and sink your teeth into it and solve it. For others, it's more about who we work with than what we're working on. And for others yet, it's just a job. So it's important to understand where people are coming from because you'll never motivate the person for whom it's just a job with an inspiring talk or a pizza party, right? It's really good to understand people's intrinsic motivation. Until then, remember, do not leave virtual team building up to chance because chances are it's not going to happen. We need to be deliberate about our team building activities and we want to create multimodal opportunities in a hybrid environment. If you're interested in learning more or diving deeper, I really encourage you to join one of our live interactive trainings. You can find those in all time zones all over the world. We've got licensed facilitators who are there who professionally train these workshops. You could also join one of our free events. We host virtual co-working often, and we're also hosting the Facilitators Playground, where you can come and learn new techniques for online facilitation. All right, everybody, I'll see you online.